Another day, another Oval Office smackdown, and this one began with the dimming of lights. South African President Cyril Ramaphosa is in Washington, D.C. Yesterday, he visited the White House. He was meeting U.S. President Donald Trump. But this wasn't some ordinary meet and greet. It was a full-blown showdown.
Everyone, it's a great honor to be with the President of South Africa, President Ramaphosa, and he is a man who is certainly in some circles really respected, other circles a little bit less respected, like all of us, in all fairness, like all of us.
We all like that.
The meeting started on a light note. Donald Trump and Cyril Ramaphosa met. They sat in the Oval Office, the TV cameras rolled in, there was some talk about trade and investment, even a squeeze of golf diplomacy.
Now I brought you a really fantastic golf book. Weighs 14 kilograms.
Oh, that sounds good.
And it showcases the golf courses in our country.
But then came the big question, a question about white genocide in South Africa. Ramaphosa took the bait. He did not hesitate. He answered the question.
What would it take for you to be convinced that there's no white genocide in South Africa?
Well, I can answer that for the President. It's for him. No, seriously.
I'd rather have him answer.
Yeah, I'd rather answer that. It will be.
Our president will respond to you.
Yeah, let me,
Thank you, Mr. President.
it will take President Trump listening to the voices of South Africans, some of whom are his good friends, like those who are here.
But Trump wasn't buying it. He wanted the lights dimmed and the TV to be switched on. Why? Because according to him, he had evidence. And he was about to hit play.
Let me see the articles, please, if you would. And turn the lights down. Turn the lights down. And just put this on. It's right behind you, Johan.
There's nothing this parliament can do. Yes, Honorable Member. Must never be scared to kill. And revolution demands that at some point there must be killing.
And it wasn't just this video. Trump had footage of burial sites. He had pictures. He had stacks of news story clippings, all apparently showcasing white genocide in South Africa. Clearly, he came prepared for it, for a full-on confrontation, a ploy to corner the South African president.
Look, these are articles over the last few days. Death of people. Death, 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 horrible death, death.
But Cyril Ramaphosa did not lose his calm, and he had a very simple question. Where did Trump get his information from?
Have they told you where that is, Mr. President? No. I'd like to know where that is, because this I've never seen. But, okay.
And to support his case, Ramaphosa brought two more people, Ernie Els and Retief Goosen. These are not politicians. They're not members of his party. These are two South African golfers, and they bagged Ramaphosa's point. Yes, the South African leader knew what would appeal to Trump. In the game of perception, every swing counts.
I'm not going to be repeating what I've been saying. I would say if there was Afrikaner farmer genocide, I can bet you these three gentlemen would not be here, including my Minister of Agriculture. He would not be with me.
But there's another question here. Where did Trump get his information from? To understand that, let's go back in history. Afrikaners are a white ethnic group. They descended from Western Europeans. In the 16th century, they settled in South Africa. Many of them were traditionally farmers, so they were called Boers. It means farmers in Dutch. In 1948, South Africa's Afrikaner-led government introduced apartheid, racial segregation in the country. This ended only in 1994. That's when the black people were allowed to vote for the first time. Nelson Mandela and the African National Congress came to power. Currently, there are 2.5 million Afrikaners. That's around 4% of the population. Earlier, Trump gave a few members of the Afrikaner community refugee status. He said a genocide was taking place, so 60 of them arrived in the US and they were granted asylum. Then Elon Musk stoked the fire. He shared a video of a South African leader saying, "Kill the Boers." This fueled the claims of genocide. In fact, Musk went a step further. He said he wasn't allowed to do business in South Africa despite being a South African himself because he was white. That's what Musk said.
I have many friends from South Africa, but many of those friends are not, they can't go back. I have Elon is from South Africa. I don't want to get Elon involved. That's all I have to do, get him into another thing. But Elon happens to be from South Africa. This is what Elon wanted.
But you see, facts don't support any of this. There are no reports of genocide in South Africa. The country has one of the highest murder rates in the world, yes. Last year, there were nearly 77,000 murders in South Africa. 77,000 murders. Only 8 of them were farmers. It's not clear if they were black or white. Either way, 8 killings is hardly a genocide. And the South African court agrees. It has dismissed claims of genocide in the country. Also, one of the clippings that Trump showed wasn't even from South Africa. What he showed as proof was not from South Africa. It was a months-old blog post featuring a photo from the Democratic Republic of Congo. So at this point, one might ask, is Trump just being a bully? And the answer would be yes, because this is not the first Oval Office ambush. He did the same with Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky. In fact, that was even more dramatic. You may remember this exchange. Thankfully, Ramaphosa is a seasoned politician. He did not lose his cool. He held on to his point. But for Donald Trump, it was never about facts. He was just being a showman, a ringmaster whose job is to keep the base entertained. And what better way than the story of white genocide? That way, Trump can keep the outrage meter cranked to 11. His base has a cause to rally behind, and he is seen as the white savior. So what started as a diplomatic meeting ended as primetime drama. Trump turned the Oval Office into a studio set. He rolled the clips, he dimmed the lights, and he played director, producer, and star. Because Donald Trump was not trying to win an argument, he was staging a spectacle. At Firstpost, we are choosing to hold on to accuracy. That means we won't always be first. We may not get you your breaking alert. But what you will get is what we owe you. And that is the truth. Verified, checked, and cross-checked. We rely on sources and verified ones. After all, that's what separates a journalist from a loudspeaker. But sometimes even we miss a beat. And when we do, we will tell you. We ran visuals from a registered news agency. That visual turned out to be fake. So we are taking accountability. And from now on, we will cite the source of every visual, every picture, every video that you see on Firstpost will have a source mentioned. That is our commitment to you. We will wait, we will verify, we will ask again, and only then will we tell you. No noise, no panic, just the facts. Because right now, that is what the country needs most.